Hi all, welcome to this latest F1 2015 career mode with Manor Marussia. As always, if you can smash 20 plus likes, we also meant for more than one. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and follow me on Twitter at GsLegend. This time guys, we are at Spa for the Belgian Grand Prix, round 11. Going into our qualifying guys, and it's dry. The thing with Spa is, it is one of the most difficult, it's a really complicated circuit. Even though it's got the bus stop, it's got El Rouge, if it rains, it's going to be murder. I can't do Spa in the rain. I will probably be an early casualty because I cannot do Belgium for some reason in the wet. But in the dry, I can be a bit more competitive. I don't know how much more competitive. But on options though is what we will be on. See what we can do and hopefully have a good qualifying. So 4 lights, 5, and we're off. Bottas, first bend leader. We've snuck into P1, but we went super wide. And we're going to fly down the positions anytime now. We're down into 19th, which I'm not surprised due to that one mistake. But we're going to fly up El Rouge, and I think walking it would be brutal, but driving it is a piece of cake probably. We're up in 18th. I'm not going to see too much of a difference, I would say, down here, because we're up into 17th. So I would say in terms of that, the straights are going to kill us, but we're up at the 16th, so we're doing okay. But we're still having high objective. We have to. It's objectives just now that are still too high because we're not. Our qualifying record is really bad, guys. We've probably got one of the worst records. But at the same time, we're performing how, in a sense, Manor potentially would in qualifying, yet we're outperforming in the race. So it's like we don't have like one lap speed, but we have like race speed in a sense, is what we've noticed. But still, we're flying through to an okay extent, not the best. I think as long as I'm not behind Merhi is probably what I'm going to maybe have to take. I'm really not, I can tell guys when I'm doing this, I'm not going say like flat out through certain bends and say performing to the standards that I could do with the car, but at the same time it's not the easiest. Spa in this probably element of circuits I'm not too great with, like Hungary, Belgium are my weak circuits in a sense. But we've went really wide there and we snuck in 18th, but that's probably just due to that mistake. And Hamilton, no surprise, in pole, and we get 19th, not dropped into 20th luckily. But that's, first bend is what's going to make us, guys. If we could survive the first bend and get a good position, we're laughing. That's what will make the difference come race day for us in a sense. So maybe being 19th isn't so bad. If we'd maybe been higher up, it could have been the same scenario. Could do a similar scenario. But Hamilton, Rosberg, Raikkonen, Vettel, Bottas, pretty much always going to be like the same top 10 practically. It's what's funny. But the two Saubers at the bottom there, that's quite interesting. So Spa is always a tough circuit, but with it being dry, guys, which I'm delighted with, because if this was in the rain I would probably be worried. But maybe not potentially, because if it rained, but rained for the whole race, would we be on intermediates or would we be on wets? If we were on, say, full wets, it would have been a different kettle of fish. So, but this is a track where there's real significant points for DRS, and I would say we're going to have to be on the ball. The first lap is going to make the difference. If we can get a good start, we could be laughing. So see what we can do, guys, and hope for the best. Top 10, as we said, is Nazar, Verstappen, Grosjean, Ricciardo, Massa, Bottas, Raikkonen, Vettel, Rosberg and Hamilton. So strong top 10. We're going to jump into the race, guys, on our usual, see what our usual strategy is. It's saying options. We're going to jump to prime and then options. I would say it's probably a perfect, I would say it could be a perfect strategy, because I would say going in at lap 7 on primes would be ideal. So see what we can do, and we are off, guys. First bend. It's okay start. We're going to shoot down the inside, because you've got to do it here. We've snuck into 10th, 10th, 11th, 13th to 10th. That was not a bad jump. We've got a yellow flag. I don't know what's happened behind us. I think that's just gave us the opening we needed. An unfortunate opening by the looks of it. but we're going to have to take it, and we'll go a bit wider on El Rouge. Yeah, there's something seriously happening behind us. We aren't going to just plough ahead and trying to hope for a bit of a gap, but to be in 10th just now is a bit of a bonus, and we can just work hard and get a good first lap in and just settle our nerves a little bit, because Spa, no matter what, no matter if you're on primes, options, experienced on the track, inexperienced, it just settles you down just getting that first lap in. Because 11, this is the shortest amount of laps you will get in the F1 calendar. It's 11 for 25, but I think it's 45, I think 44 or 45 laps for 44 laps for the full race. So it's not a great deal of laps, guys, but when you're doing the circuits about 145, 150, and if it pushes into the 2 minutes in the wet, so expect for the worst. But at the moment, looking at the skies, there's no real rain clouds about. It's clear skies, so we're hopeful at the moment that the race is going to be in our favour. It just comes down to how we drive and in terms of our strategy, because we're going to hope for the best. But we're still currently sitting, we've got Felipe and Azar coming up behind us, who've pretty much just dominated from the minute the gaps kind of opened up. There must have been a gap that I developed, but at the same time he was able to overtake whoever was maybe caused the yellow flag, and Nazar's right behind us, and he's going to take us. He's so much faster than us, considerably. So lap 4, box. Why am I boxing? Why am I having to box? I'm on prime tyres. My tyres are fine. You're telling me to pit on lap 4. You're just causing issues, game. And I'm fighting here with everyone. It's just a sheer shambles. Oh, completely forgot a DRS there. That was a muck up. I'm not pitting. Why should I have to pit? And it's saying... Yeah, of course it's going to be... If I've got one more lap to pit... Something's wrong with this. This is just a disaster. Like, I've got lap 7 or 8 for the pits. The tyres feel fine. They look fine. The biggest problem I'm finding annoying is the game seems to have a bit of a bug here. I don't know what's happening right now. We've got the blue lines again. You're pissing me off, game. What is wrong? I'm on primed. If I was on options, I'd have been pit. I'd have went in by now. So this is why I'm in 16th, but I went up to 15th now due to someone in the pits. 14th, flying. 15th is where we're sitting now after signs. Oh, what the hell? What the hell? What the bloody hell happened there? Button and signs. I think signs has got I think signs or buttons retired. I'm not sure which one, but that was pandemonium. That was just sheer chaotic whatever happened there. Genuinely don't know what happened there. Right, we're sitting in 13th for above our objective. I'm all over the place as per usual. This is what I hate with. But the tyres are struggling a bit. They look a bit wrecked. Looking at them, they look a bit really like, what the hell? Just jumping into 14th suddenly out of randomness. What the hell? This race is broken. Whatever happens, I genuinely do not know. I'll go 13th, randomly drop to 14th, I don't know how. 15th, yeah, I would understand, right? What the hell? Yeah, I'm screwed. One more stop. I'm on prime tyres. Why have you not put me on the... I just give up. I just plain and simple give up. Doesn't matter what I'm going to do now. I'm going to drop it to 16th, and I've got... Right, so I get disqualified if I don't change my tyres. Right? I've changed. This is our second pit stop. We're down 17th. The race is good as dead for me now. I had a chance of at least meeting the objective and having a maybe good race. But this is just a shambles, guys. I just genuinely do not know. Genuinely do not know what to do. Right, nah, just what the hell, game? Seriously. I've had a broken race. Seriously. and I'm black flagged because of the game's stupidity. Thank you. Just ruined my race. Could have at least met the objective, but no, I'm going to be bottom of the standings due to your sheer broken stupidity. Thank you, game, for being so kind to me. Honestly, guys, this is what I was looking forward to Spa having maybe a competitive race, and it's just a shambles. Why? Bottom of the grid, Rosberg's won, no surprise. So, but seriously, just ruin it for me. Everyone else benefits, I just have a disaster. So, let me know, guys, in the comments down below what you think of that, and see if there's a fault, either from me or the game or whatever. But we were bottom of the grid, and leave a like, sub if you're new. Thanks for watching. We still stay in 12th and 10th for the constructors. Thanks for watching.